Hello again, Mitchell here. I'm joined by Uga. She's one of my little rescues. We have two of these. Um, we have several rescues, but Uga and Booga are a match set. They're both little black kitties. And I can tell them apart personality, and Uga doesn't have a little kink in the back of her tail. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about wholeness and boundaries, which is interesting because have not been a big boundary person. I've not seen the need for boundaries. I do notice that I am perhaps very empathetic and that I pick up on everything from everybody. But I've always kind of taken the screen door approach where if it's counter to who I am or what I want to what I want to present, I let it pass through. And recently I've kind of had a little bit of a understanding about boundaries, especially what's happening in the world today. There's craziness going on. And I've been practicing boundaries for myself, but it's a maybe a little different take on it. For me, the boundaries are personal. I noticed that if I even watch a little bit of news here and there, it can be very disturbing, and I feel it deeply, and I recognize it as not something that is in sync with who I am, and so I take those feelings and kind of work with them, look at them, and say, what are they trying to tell me? And what they're trying to tell me is, don't do it. Don't focus your attention where it doesn't need to focus. There are others that are taking care of those things. I only need to be focused where my skill set is required. And so my boundaries have been to put up a little bit stronger guidelines for myself as to what I do or don't do, listen to or don't listen to, which conversations I interact with and participate in, and those which I don't. And so silence and pulling back is a boundary. And it's something that I feel is been very, very helpful for me in keeping my mood, my perceptions clear, so that I can stay on task to what I need to do. These, in the end, are distractions, which lead me astray from what I feel my gifts are, my passions are. If I can stay in my passion, in my skill set, then I can get a lot done. I can contribute a lot. I can feel better about everything. Excuse me. Uga decided she had to leave, by the way. She's just sitting right here peering at me. I think she didn't like my movements. I get to moving around when I get to chatting. Anyway, how does that work for the rest of it? So if I can stay in my power, which is when I feel good, when I feel passionate, when I feel directed, then I'm doing what needs to be done and what suits me. It's about feeling, and it's finding your best feeling. As Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss. Find your bliss. Stay within it. Don't feel that you need to know everything that's going on. It's a big wide world out there. And everything that you may feel like you need to know is still only a tiny little bit of what's going on. Is it affecting others? Yes. Is it affecting you? Maybe indirectly. But what you can do is create an environment around yourself that is healthy and vibrant, and that in turn is shared with others, just simply on the energetic level. So I would highly suggest finding what your boundaries are, what makes you not feel so good, and begin to snip that out of your life. Maybe prune it back little by little until next thing you know, it's not even a concern. There's no desire left. I talk a lot about the parasympathetic and the sympathetic, and there's feel-good chemicals on both sides. In the sympathetic, which is the fight or flight, there's feel-good chemicals. It's the dopamine and it's the adrenalines, but it also can be very damaging with the cortisol and the anxiety that and stress that it puts on the body. Now, sometimes you want that stress. Any exercise creates stress. Stress is one of those things that we cycle in and out of. But let's also be aware of cultivating the parasympathetic, the safety mode. You can be in safety and in physical activity, which is stress, like I just said. And so, but you're in a different state. Your beingness is peaceful here, even though the body is very active out here in the world. And so that's kind of that state of being active without being without being absorbed by the activity. So you stay, well within your comfort, and you also exert. But anyway, back to things like the consuming media that is unhelpful for your state of being. Start trimming it back, and you'll start noticing that chemical change, the chemical that is released from fight or flight. The dopamine might go down, but the chemicals that are released while in parasympathetic or safety, rest and relax, is on the rise. The endorphins, the serotonins, those types of things. So it is a balance. It can happen. Be there. And that's where what I see as self-care comes in. Know the difference when you are in a stressful situation that is also anxiety producing. Back off. Now, if you're in a stressful situation and you are also deep within your comfort zone, or and this isn't being protective or anything like that. This is being in your passion and also being assertive. Then add more of that. And you can, and you will, and you'll find the difference. When you're fighting for something that you're in agreement with, you're generally coming in from your place, your point of passion, rather than from your point of defense and protection. You're outside of your safety zone when you're in your sympathetic or when you're in anxiety and you're in an assertive position. So find the difference. Find your footing more and more in your passionate space, and then go forward on that. Be assertive in that rather than coming from being defensive and worried and needing to get something back. Those are unproductive and very, very difficult to go forward with. Anyway, I guess that's what I have today. I know it sounds a little ambiguous. You'll have to find it for yourself. Find your passions, seat yourself in your passions, and then move forward assertively in those. But a big piece of that is start with eliminating those things that you don't feel good. If it doesn't feel good and you're in fear and you're trying to get something done out of fear, it's not going to go nearly as well as when you're in passion and you're trying to move forward with something that you're passionate about. So that's my sweet little message for today. Wonderful to see you. Bye-bye.